Hello, and in this video I shall be showing you how to set up a Model 1 Sega Mega Drive to a TV like this. Okay, so what you're going to need is obviously a Sega Mega Drive, at least one game, but it's probably good to have more, at least one controller, but it will also probably be good to have more, the power cable, the AC power adapter, which is very clunky, and the RF cable. And I'm aware there is a composite cable for it, but this TV is so old that it doesn't actually have composite AV input. Yeah. Anyway, so the first thing you'll need to do is take your massive power brick and plug it in to well, wherever you're plugging it into. There we go. I live in the UK, so it's obviously going to have the 3-prong design, not 2-prong. American and Australian and wherever. Actually, does Australia use the 2-prong design? I don't know. If you're from Australia, tell me. Anyway, because there's only one thing, you'll probably want to use, I'm using a power strip, but you'll probably want to use that anyway because it's so big that you can't actually plug another one of these in. So the TV has to be plugged in there. So anyway, turn it on. Get the other end of the power adapter and plug it into the slot that's furthest on the left. Well, if you're looking at it that way, it's furthest to the right. This way it's furthest to the left. But it's that one. And then when you press the power switch, the light lights up. You see? The next thing you're going to want to do is take your RF cable, get untangled for a second, take this end and plug it in to the back, and then plug it in here. Okay, when you get to this part of the RF cable, make sure that this little switch thing is pointing at the RF, not the ANT, which means antenna, which is that, which still works amazingly, but it only has 3 channels. No crap. Get this and plug it in to your RF input, which is that little slot on the back of my TV. It might be different on your TV, but because it's really hard to plug in, I'll just leave you with an amazing picture of looking at the front of the Mega Drive. So there you go. There we go. Wasn't that hard. Anyway, next thing you're going to want to do is get a controller. This is what the original controllers look like, although later on they released a controller with 6 buttons instead of just 3 in a start. Start doesn't count. 3 button. Yeah, it's a very nice controller. It says Sega on the back. Made in... can't read on the camera. I don't know. Anyway, you can also use the Atari 2600 controller or the Sega Master System controller on it, or this one on them. Although that wouldn't work too well because the Atari and the Master System have less buttons than this, so you wouldn't be able to do anything. Well, you would be able to do something, just not very many things. Okay, so plug it. You see these 2 slots on the front? This is where the controllers go. Controller 1, controller 2. Plug your first controller in to slot 1, which is really difficult in my experience. So, oh dear. There we go. That was too hard. And then, if you want to plug another one in for 2-player games, you can. It goes directly to the right of it. So plug it in to the left controller port. Then, get a game. I'm using Sonic and Knuckles, and not all cartridges look like this. It's just because it's Sonic and Knuckles, and it was Sonic 3 split in half because of time constrictions. And here's Sonic 1. This is what boxes look like, except for Sonic and Knuckles, which was weird, as again. You get, if they're in mint condition like mine, you get the manual, which is normally in black and white, but some of them are in colour, and a poster, which is mint, and the game. Out, and load it in. Make sure it's pushed down all the way. Or, because Sonic & Knuckles is a much better game than Sonic 1, we're going to play that instead. So, let's play this. Fucked. Turn this TV. Play. I'm trying to do this one-handed, which is not a good idea. Okay, you get the picture. So, that's how you set up a Sega Mega Drive Model 1. Not a Model 2, they're different. That's a Model 2. This is a Model 1. And if you live in America, it's called the Sega Genesis, and there's a Model 3, but not here. Not in Europe. So, I'll end it here.